Okay, so we have an update on the PlayStation 5's backwards compatibility that is incredibly exciting. I think Sony themselves realized that it was a little bit weary on how it was explained, and a lot of people on social media were confused, myself as well. Why were they pointing out 100 games and it didn't make a lot of sense? In a quick update that was posted on the PlayStation blog, it noted a quick update on backwards compatibility with all of the amazing games in PS4's catalog. We've devoted significant efforts to enable our fans to play their favorites on PS5. We believe that the overwhelmingly majority of the 4,000 plus PS4 titles will be playable on PS5. We're expecting backwards compatible titles will run at a boosted frequency on PS5 so that they can benefit from higher or more stable frame rates and potentially higher resolutions. We're currently evaluating games on a title-by-title basis to spot any issues that need adjustment from the original software developers. They also talk about the fact that in the presentation, it was a little bit confusing, noting in his presentation, Mark Cerny provided a snapshot into the top 100 most played PS4 titles, demonstrating how well our backwards compatibility efforts are going. We have already tested hundreds of titles and are preparing to test thousands more as we move towards launch. We will provide updates on backwards compatibility along with much more PS5 news in the months ahead. Stay tuned. So yes, I was freaking out about this, but there were a lot of other people freaking out about this on social media as well. How else were people supposed to take it when you mention only 100 games? Because we've seen it with other platforms where a limited backwards compatibility is a common thing on a lot of platforms. That's what happened with the Xbox One when they first introduced backwards compatibility. It happened with the 360. So when I was told that they were focusing on the 100 most played titles, or they showed us that snapshot of 100 most played titles, naturally people just gravitated towards the idea these are the 100 games that are going to be backwards compatible. But thank God that that isn't the case. They completely no, we believe that the overwhelmingly majority of the 4,000 plus PS4 titles will be playable on PS5. Now the question is, how many of those are going to be playable on launch? They don't actually specify that either. That's something we were talking about as well, because they have to factor each game on a case-by-case basis. That's what they're going on. If you have north of 4,000 PlayStation 4 games, how are you going to get all of those ready for launch? There's a very good chance that it won't be ready for launch. But they also know we have already tested hundreds of titles and are preparing to test thousands more as we move towards launch. Does that mean they're going to be doing all that testing as we get closer and closer to launch, and they're going to give us updates as things progress? Backwards compatibility to me is just something that's super important because we didn't get it on the PlayStation 3 later in its life. We didn't get it on the PlayStation 4 at all outside of PlayStation Now. However, with the PlayStation 5, it does seem like backwards compatibility is going to be a reality. To what extent, we still don't know, but it looks like at this point, the majority of the PS4 games are going to be playable on PS5 at some point. You also have to ascertain the fact that PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 1 games weren't mentioned at all. You would think that PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games, just based on emulation and software-based emulation, that would be pretty easy to do. I can understand why PlayStation 3 games might be a little bit more of a hurdle, although we do have the RPCS3 emulator on PC itself making a lot of progress, so you would think that Sony would be able to manage it on the PS5, whatever the case may be. If we can at least get a significant backwards compatibility with PlayStation 4, I guess that'll be suitable for now. And I do think this is incredibly important. I saw a lot of people in the comment section just saying, hey, I'm just going to keep my PS4. I don't really care about backwards compatibility that much. And a big imperative was, well, why are you buying the PlayStation 5 just to play PlayStation 4 games? Well, I'm not just buying the PlayStation 5 to play PlayStation 4 games. I'm buying it to play PlayStation 5 games, but it would be nice if I could access my PlayStation 4 catalog as well, and it's obviously a very, very requested feature. So this is just great news to me, and I think it would have been very, very detrimental to Sony and the PlayStation 5 as a platform if Microsoft went out and they said that the Series X is going to have full backwards compatibility with all Xbox One games. They've already got 360 games playable. They've got original Xbox games playable, and Sony was lagging behind and it was only going to be 100 games. Again, we don't know the gravitas of how many games are actually going to be playable at launch, but if we can get the essential games playable at launch and then throughout, year 1 and year 2, we can get the entirety of the catalog of the PS4 playable on the PlayStation 5, that would be great, because this is going to be different than in the past. In the past, a lot of the times when they did backwards compatibility, you would literally have the guts of the previous console inside the console that you're playing the game on, so you were doing backwards compatibility that way. Nowadays, you're going to be doing it more so through a software-based style, and it's also exciting to see that we're expanding backwards compatible titles and will run at a boosted frequency on PS5 so they can benefit from a higher or more stable frame rate, so you are going to have an improved experience and potentially higher resolutions as well. I think that's going to be very much a case-by-case basis. I think a lot of developers, maybe the first party especially, are really going to go in and improve games for the PlayStation 5. Other games, other publishers might not be as incentivized to upgrade older games. They might be of the mindset, hey, we could just re-release remasters or whatever the case may be. I still think remasters are still definitely going to be an element to next generation platforms just because they do generate a lot of revenue, and at the end of the day, nobody's forcing you to buy. But nonetheless, this is very exciting news. A lot of our worries can be tempered a little bit. The only thing I'm skeptical on is they've got north of 4,000 games to get ready for the PlayStation 5 as far as backwards compatibility goes. How many of those can you realistically get ready for launch? I would be hard-pressed to believe that it would be all of them, but still, this is something that we're going to keep you guys posted on. So very exciting news. I know a lot of you guys were disappointed by the reveal, but again, it was a GDC thing. It was supposed to be at GDC, the Game Developers Conference. That was not the official reveal that we're supposed to be excited for. That'll probably come in sometime May, June, around the time E3 is going to happen. So I would recommend a lot of you guys to, temper your expectations as far as what we got out of that. And if you were very, very disappointed to it, I was saying it going into it, that you weren't supposed to be getting a lot of information out of that. That was something for the developers and something for them to really understand. But nonetheless, that's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Super excited about this, and thank God we got some clarity on that, because that's really what all of us wanted at the end of the day. We wanted some clarity, and now we have that, so that is great. That's going to conclude this video. Again, sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.